Hey everybody, this is a couples review. I'm Ashley.
Hello, this is Hubby Harold.
So, okay, so you're gonna actually say your name.
Yeah, I'm going with Hubby Harold.
Okay, hubby Harold. And I mean, we want to review one of our favorite shows, actually. We've been watching Married at First Sight for a very, very long time. We always have long dialogues about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
we're
why
always
not?
always reviewing it with each other. So,
Right, right. This is season 11, episode 7.
is it episode 7?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the honeymoon is over. We're starting right in the middle, but I can see us doing more
Yeah.
of this.
If you want us to go back, then just let us know.
Yeah, probably not, but
We'll probably not.
so this is going to be like our podcast. I mean, for those of you wondering, we're not showing our faces because we do have, careers, and we want to make sure we're able to really keep it 100 and say whatever we want to say. But, I'm thinking depending on how many subscribers we get as we grow, I think that's something we should do.
Yeah,
We
something we could
should.
think about. Wouldn't mind the world seeing our pretty faces.
I know.
Honeymoon was all fun and games.
Yep. And everybody was on their best behavior. Okay, so we're gonna start with Olivia and Brett. So they both went to see each other's houses, and
The dry couple.
they are kind of dry. I actually think that Olivia, her attitude seems to have changed because I could have sworn like she was a little bit more like happier in the beginning.
She realized that Brett was an asshole.
Right. I think that's what happened. I think that he did something and really just rubbed her the wrong way, and she never came back from that.
It was the grease on his hair.
Oh, the shade, honey. Oh, one thing I was thinking was like, I'm still trying to see why they were paired together. I mean, because he's a little weird to me in terms of how he communicates. You think she's a little boring.
I think she's extremely boring. She has zero voice inflections. She has the same tone every time she talks.
Do you
about
think he
everything.
does? You think he's like
No,
interesting?
I don't think he's interesting. I think he's still stuck in the 8th grade. But
So did they pair them together because neither of them are interesting?
I think because they're total opposites, and maybe they get to see a little bit of how to be a little different. I don't know. I don't know why yet. But we'll see.
Or maybe they paired them because they both have cats.
Maybe
We know how they do.
Yeah, exactly. Both use toilet tissue. You're together.
Okay, so they go to Olivia's house first.
It was really bland in a way. She thought she had a
Yeah.
lot of great antiques.
I don't know that I thought that I was gonna see a grand house, but I really didn't well, I kind of did expect a little better, maybe.
I didn't, because it
didn't?
matches her personality.
Bland.
Just blah, blah, laissez-faire.
Brett had a lot to say. He went into her bathroom. It was all pink. And he's like, it looks like somebody threw up pink. It's obnoxious. And he can't like stand the sight of it.
I bet she did it.
Or it was probably already like
I'm
that and
sure
she
it
left
was.
it like that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Because she was renting the house, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is something that he wanted to make sure that he mentioned. He seemed a little insecure because he keeps mentioning she makes more and, she's renting. I mean, it is a waste of money to rent, but
He's like comparing them. Like
yeah,
they're
like it's a competition.
Yeah, like they're two dudes. And he's like,
right.
oh, you renting this house even though you make more. I own my own house,
Right.
so I'm better now.
Why
I won.
Exactly. Like inside of him, he thinks he's less than. Either way, yeah, he didn't really have a lot of good things to say. I'm gonna move ahead, but he kind of felt like Olivia didn't have anything good to say about his house, but looking back at it, he didn't really say anything really good about hers.
That's true. Olivia
Right?
just didn't say anything.
She just didn't say anything. I mean, she said some stuff in her confessionals. You want to go head to, I mean, her house, I mean, there was nothing really to talk about.
No, I mean, she
Yeah.
didn't have a backyard, and she
Oh,
had
yeah,
cats.
he mentioned that. So it's like, I don't, godly, he gets on my nerves.
Already.
Okay, so they go to his house.
Oh, you talking about Brett?
Yeah. Olivia did mention how like he cares a lot about like eating healthy and exercising, but it doesn't seem like he cares about the appearance of his house. But he was a bachelor.
He's a guy. I mean, guys, all we need is a chair and a table and a TV and maybe a PlayStation.
That's true. I don't think that's something that's really surprising.
No, I mean, I'm sure if they were living together, then they can throw a lot of her bland stuff in there and they can live happily ever after. However,
Happily ever bland.
but they got to get rid of all of the porn on his wall.
He had porn on his wall?
Well, everything was blurred out. That's the first time I seen
Oh,
all of those
really? I
paintings.
missed that.
Yeah, every painting was blurred out on his wall.
Really?
And so when Olivia was asking, well, what's this? He was like, oh, well, it's some painting from something, from some street vendor. But I'm
You
sure
think it was nasty?
I'm sure it was nasty.
Oh my God. He looks gross.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he had that big computer screen.
Right.
So he can do it with vigor.
Because she's like, what are you doing? What do you do on that? He's like, things.
They're the most uninteresting couple.
Yep. So next, Amelia and Bennett.
They're the fun couple.
Yeah, they're the fun couple, and they're one of my favorite couples.
They're one of mine too. I think
Yeah.
they both are outside the box, and and somehow their outside the box is inside the box for them.
Yeah.
For both of them.
So he lives in a tiny house. I'm not surprised.
No, not at all.
What did you expect him to live in? Did you have any?
He's the kind of guy that would sleep on a dusty couch next to the lost and found stuff, and that's his clothes.
I wondered what his tiny house smells like. I don't know. You say dusty?
Smells like an attic, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Smells like
an
attic in a nunnery.
He goes to the bathroom outside. I mean, it fits him. I couldn't do it, but hey.
He goes to the bathroom outside?
Yeah, remember, I don't know if she asked or he just said, the bathroom, is over there. And that it was like outside the door across the woods.
It's 2020 and he has an outhouse?
Yeah, but he would be the one safe if he had to go off the grid. He probably knows all the off the grid spots.
That's true. That's true. He's like, all you need is this leaf right here. Don't use that one. That one burns.
Right. Oh, I mean, this is like off topic, but he would also do like Naked and Afraid or a show like that. I think they both would. They give me that vibe.
Yeah, but they'd be somewhere laying out dead.
That's true, because they don't seem very like
capable to handle that.
Okay, so, and I actually thought Amelia at first, I mean, it could be editing because, I don't know, it tries to sway your emotions, but I thought she wasn't going to like it at first. And then she was like, I love it. It's beautiful. So I thought that was really cool.
And I really believe that she does love it too.
I do too. I felt like she was genuine.
Yeah.
She wouldn't live there, but I think she appreciated him living there and that he, built it all by himself.
Well, I think she also likes it too because she wants to be the sugar mama. And so if he doesn't have a whole lot, it means that he's not overly ambitious and won't impede on her wanting to be that person that makes the money and bring it home. And so when she found him, he was living in a tiny house. And so he's not, he's not trying to do much. She wants to be sugar mama.
But do you think she's thinking like that? Like, oh, good.
I think she's like, oh, good. I don't have to worry about him trying to bring things into the house.
I could see that. And then they go to her house. She stays in a big house with 4 people. I mean, it's not like super big, but it's big enough for 4 people.
A little, yeah. Well, but I think she had roommates, didn't she?
4 people.
Right. But was it her house or was they like renting?
No, I think it gives me like a, like in LA, how you just have a bunch of roommates.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can see
think
that.
It was that.
I wonder if she wears the same chicken pajamas in that house.
Is she just wearing that because she wants to make sure?
That's a turn off. But they would have never put me together with Amelia, so I don't have to worry about something like that.
Yeah. But I don't wear chicken suits.
But that is so weird. But then again, he dresses like a homeless man in bed, so either that or a woman. So,
but what he wears is more comfortable than a chicken suit.
What, the dress?
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Okay, so Amani and Woody meets with Pastor Cal.
Yeah, these are the couple that I'm rooting for, my power couple.
Yeah, they're my favorite couple, but tell the truth. What were you saying about Woody?
When?
At first, you were thinking he might switch up.
Oh, yeah. I even wrote down here that consistency is going to be key for Woody. Mm-hmm. If Woody can be consistent, then they'll be the best couple in America outside of our relationship.
I'm about to say, I mean,
I was just, the TV couples.
Oh, okay. Well, Yeah, you know what? If they actually make it to where they stay and they're the real deal, then they would be the best next to, I can't remember the other couple's
Who? Jeff T?
name. No. No way. I forgot the other couple's name, but yeah, so Amani and Woody. Okay, so Pastor Cal was like, I don't want to, get too detailed into your business, but are y'all using protection? I'm like, that's definitely very into their business.
Yeah. But the way that Woody was looking, he was looking like, come on, bro.
Right.
Come on, I got to keep this up.
So they're not using protection.
Nah. But
She said it was only one time.
I don't think they would though. I mean, they're married now. I don't they the way they was looking at each other, I don't think that they even want to do that, but they should. Kids listening. Kids listening, y'all should.
Oh, should they?
They should.
Yeah, she said it was only one time. I mean, he probably be persuading her to take the condom off.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And she right along with it.
I think they just passed that out right up.
Right.
As soon as they start talking about condoms,
they have so much chemistry. I mean, I'm not surprised. I already knew that they were gonna say no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're not taking that break. But I think Woody's trying to have kids though, so I don't think he's gonna always be against it.
Against what? Using protection?
Yeah, he wants kids. He wants kids now.
Is it that he just wants kids with anybody? I mean, because he did mention his ex and having kids, and I don't see how that had anything to do with him saying that she should let him know if she cuts her hair off. He tried to like compare that. I think that was two totally different things. I don't know. This baby thing is a little creepy to me. It's like,
yeah, I think.
Are you just trying to have a baby, no matter who it's with?
I think he is.
Maybe not.
I think he is, but I think that this is a good lesson for all men in general who is with a black woman. Don't worry about her hair and what she does with it, because you don't know what's going on to begin with.
You have no idea.
So you don't comment on that. Just say that she can't scratch her face.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. I know that one. He made the story and said that he and his girlfriend wanted to have a baby, and then they got pregnant, and then she went and had an abortion. The way I see it is that if they actually decided that they wanted to have a baby, that she would not have went without him or even talked to him about having the abortion.
See, and I didn't hear that part that he said that they decided. So maybe it's just that he decided.
I think it was a he decided in the heat of the moment, like, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not finna get.
I ain't coming out.
Yeah, Woody probably got 3 kids out there. Oh. He probably, probably don't even know about 2 of them. And then it's gonna come out on like the last episode. She gonna walk out during the confession, the last day. Are you gonna stay married?
It's gonna turn into Jerry Springer.
She gonna walk out.
Love and Hip Hop.
You gonna take care of him now? You a movie star?
Oh, that is too funny. Okay, so they go to Henry's house or studio.
Yes, and Henry lives like an emancipated 16-year-old. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, he had nothing but mayonnaise and bread in the refrigerator.
I actually think Bennett lives more like that. If anything. No. I didn't even see a microwave in there.
No, because Bennett's a hoarder, so he's got years behind his stuff.
Oh, okay.
Henry, he's got video games and mayonnaise.
Okay, so Christina keeps talking about how he was a minimalist and his place was really tiny, but then come to find out, it's not funny that she doesn't have a place there. I mean, because you brought up a good point that maybe she lives in LA, but I mean, she could have just said that. She didn't say that.
No, she did not. I think she's probably a little bit of a liar. And that she probably tries to make the world think one thing of her, but it's not true. How is
she another old dude who was married to Mika from last season? I forgot his name.
I know who you're talking about. Michael. Is
she another Michael?
No, Michael was worse. He was slow.
Because it seems like it was at the last minute that she kind of like sprung it up on him that they weren't going to her house next.
It was,
Right?
yeah, it was like she was nervous about saying it, so she
Right?
waited until they packed up the
Yeah.
car. So we're going to your house.
Yeah,
Actually,
right? And I feel like if she lived somewhere else, it wouldn't have been that serious
hmm
unless she lied to the producers.
I think she lied to the producers and said
Mm.
that she lived in New Orleans when she really lived somewhere else. She probably has a California ID, and she's just an
See,
opportunist.
it's a wrong start. You shouldn't start off like that.
hmm And she said, "Oh, she lives in CBD or basically downtown because
Hmm.
she wanted to make it seem like she's doing better than what she's doing." Henry already had heart surgery, so you can't break his heart.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
hmm So he's protecting it.
And I think she could be a little rude.
She's a poser. Remember the old term poser from like the early 2000s?
Hmm.
I think she's a poser. She, just wants the world to see, but she really probably has a lot of insecurities herself.
Yeah, I could see that.
And he's probably looking at her like, she's not even worth it really for me to open up and be a little bit different and more outgoing side when who is she?
Exactly. Okay, let's go to Miles and Karen. Miles, his body language can be a bit feminine at times.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Well, it seems that she's a little bit more masculine than him.
Yeah, right?
The way she maneuvers, the way she kind of controls the energy. She definitely seems to be more masculine. And as well as when he's in her house, he seems to want to touch every single thing and make a comment about it. And he's just looking for things to pick up as opposed to it being meaningful things and him being actually interested.
I think he's just trying to interact with her because she's not interacting. I think he's just trying to make conversation and trying to be funny because she doesn't give anything. And so it's kind of like it's almost like he doesn't know what to do.
So it was almost like they was paired in high school when you gotta like raise that little baby and you get paired with somebody, but you really like the girl, so you're trying to do everything to
Yep. I
try to
think,
get her to
yeah.
see that that you're a good guy.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I only date football players, and you aren't that."
Yeah, I can see that. I think he's just doing stuff. Miles, when they went inside of his room, he had clothes everywhere. And one thing it made me think about is like, I think about this every season. Why don't the couples clean their places? I mean, they know how the show goes, they know that their partner is going to be going to their house, but they don't try to pick up. It's like, I don't get that.
I agree, but I think were you talking about when they went to his room and he had all of the clothes everywhere?
Yeah, you said he may have been
I
packing.
think he might have been packing earlier.
Even with Brett, how he had like that trash still full and wasn't taken out. Why didn't you take the trash out before you left? Because you knew that the next time you come back to your house, it'll be with her.
That was clean for him. He was like everything was at least in the trash can.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's effort. I think me, I mean, but I'm also a woman too. I would like make sure my place is spotless.
Yeah, men and women are a little different that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I keep wanting to call her Cynthia. So Christina and Henry, they're in the apartment and she mentions how she wants to move the furniture around. Like, and I just feel like, girl, we haven't even seen where you live. Cause right now to us, you don't have a place to live. So the way she comes in so entitled, like she knows how things are supposed to go. She knows where the furniture needs to go, but he didn't even see where you live.
I think she did that because she doesn't have a place to go, and so she's like, "Oh, people move furniture when they get home," so that's why she's doing it.
Trying to just have something to say.
Just
Oh
because she
God.
wants to control every little thing,
Right.
and so she's like, "Oh, even if it's gonna mess up the living room, let's move the couch." Which I think they actually do mess it up because it doesn't look nowhere near as good when they move the couch.
You know what I was just thinking? Maybe she does have a place to live, but it's like with an ex-boyfriend or somebody that she doesn't want him to go back and see. So
Mm,
where was your stuff before you put it in your car?
that's true. Mm, mm,
Ooh.
mm.
Mm.
This is why I say that they're not going anywhere, because his
No.
body language doesn't even want. He's not inching his hand over to try to get a thigh feel or anything. He's just not even anything. So
I don't think people was able to see what you just did there.
no.
You
Well,
you
I
look
think
like Henry.
they heard it.
He wasn't even expressing how he felt about her and how he didn't like the fact that she was so impatient.
Henry just wants to go to sleep, so he doesn't have to listen to her talk.
Ooh. Okay, so Pastor Cal goes to see Olivia and Brett. Brett's face to me is just a little weird, and I think he has like a resting bitch face. Like, you know?
Didn't you call him Butthead or Beavis?
Oh, he does remind me of, I don't know which one, but the dude from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, but Beavis had the blonde hair and
He
Butthead
looks
had the
like
brown hair.
Beavis. I couldn't put my finger on it.
He does.
Yeah. He keeps saying like he out of nowhere well, it wasn't really out of nowhere because I guess did Pastor Cal ask about, have y'all talked about finances? I know he said she's way more loaded than
He
me.
said that, yep. I think that he's really insecure about it because maybe he doesn't even feel like he is likely to make that much money in the near future. You know, a nurse practitioner makes probably close to $85,000-$90,000 a year or so.
Really?
And so if he's an IT guy or something, or whatever he's doing, you know, he probably doesn't make that much. So, but he needs to stop.
You said that like you was talking to your son. You need to stop.
You need to stop. You need to let it go. And you know, or maybe figure out how to make some more money so you don't feel so insecure about
I
it.
know, because it's kind of like he's almost like making her feel bad. To me, it's like I don't think she's doing anything to say, aha, I make more than you. You know, I don't think she's giving that vibe, but that's how he's acting.
Yeah, I think maybe he's starting to feel like he doesn't have his normal claim to fame. If he's used to, you know, dating people who don't make as much money, who might be like a waitress or somebody who's on the come up, and then they see that he has his own house, then he feels like he is above,
Right.
as opposed to feeling like either equal or below. I think he doesn't ever feel equal to anybody. It's either above or below. And I think that he believes he's below Olivia.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, you know, she said, I want somebody who I can travel with. That's the difference than saying that I want somebody who can pay for us to travel or pay or has enough money to travel.
That's true. He's like, you know, yeah, we can travel if you're going to foot the bill. I just think that was so rude to say because it didn't even seem as if he was even willing to see what he could do.
Right. It was definitely tacky, and he doesn't seem to be
Tacky is the
open.
word. Yes, it was so tacky, and he does. Yes, I totally agree.
Because they can literally plan it and put money aside so that they can travel once a year, which is not a lot.
But he said he doesn't have that in his budget to even travel once a year.
I'm sure you guys can figure that out. You got 3 cats. You can figure out how to budget
Right.
to save however much you need to a month in order to go wherever you want to go at the end of the year. And I mean, maybe she might end up spending a little bit more for the trip, but at least you guys are planning it together and you're not, you know, just saying, well, you fit the bill. It's all up to you. You do it. I don't care. You know, just be interested in it. And once you've traveled, you'll know that it's important to get out and to see new things and meet
especially
new
as a
people.
couple. She says that she has debt. I mean, she did go to school. It's probably like student loans. I don't think that's a reason to not travel.
No, not at all.
You're gonna wait till you pay off all your debt before you experience
Right. You done
life.
paid everything off and then you die. It's like, you know, enjoy yourself. You can budget and trip.
Yes.
You can do it all.
Yes.
Just you got to plan it out. No wonder he's single. I mean, how you gonna go on a date if you don't have enough money to do it because you're budgeting for all of this other stuff?
Right.
He's gonna say, "I budgeted for you to come to my house."
Ooh.
But it's my house,
and I own it, and you rent it. You rent your house. I own mine. Just out of nowhere, start competing.
Right. Everything is a competition with this guy. Everything she says, oh, well, I ate today. Or what do you mean? I ate twice today.
Right.
Or everything is a competition. It can't just be her expressing herself without it. He wants to argue.
Yeah.
He wants to argue. And then she says, I budget to go to Saints games. He's probably like, I don't even like football.
Right.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that likes
Saints is a
football.
football team? If they're not. I'm like, wait, that was a joke. Wait, the Saints, that's a baseball team, right?
Nope, football team.
Oh, I knew that. I knew it wasn't basketball. What did I say?
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Amani and Woody. So they first go to Woody's house and he had a hat wall. No.
No, I don't mind that hat wall.
Where? In your closet?
I'm thinking about putting that in my closet.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. In your closet. Great.
And then in our bedroom.
Yeah, I was with her. That is not decor.
What does she know about decor? She still has her Christmas tree up, and it's like August or April in the show.
I missed the Christmas tree.
Oh, you're about to see it now.
Pastor Cal meets with Karen and Miles, and they go into how basically they're still strangers. Well, she feels like they're still strangers.
Maybe when she went to the line to sign up for the show, she was really going to Starbucks and just ended up in the wrong line, because it doesn't seem like she had no intention on being married at first sight. For me as a man, I think that if my wife didn't feel married, then I would be extremely feeling a little bit insecure in that she's not happy and that she could do something, to betray the relationship.
Even in this situation, though, like married at first sight, if the person you were paired up said that, because it's a little different. Like there's not like feelings involved really yet.
I would say that would even be more, because
Really?
they were married at first sight. So just 2 weeks ago, they were still talking to
2
Tom,
weeks
Dick,
ago,
and
you
Harry.
were ready for this, and now,
well, maybe they were still dealing with a couple of people, and so now that you don't feel married, and then that guy's still trying to get into the picture,
right, because you don't feel
and
married.
he's gonna be like, "That's not even a real marriage," and she's like, "Yeah, you're right."
See,
You see, and
that's
so
true. I didn't think about that.
You know how game go when somebody trying to get into the picture, and so no, I think that that Karen is likely to cheat on Miles early on, based on the way that I feel like she's talking, because she's already not attracted to him all that much, because she thinks that he's not masculine. She doesn't feel married. They've only been married for 7 weeks. They're on a TV show. And then he just gonna be sad in the house, like, she cheated on me, and Woody and Amani gonna be smiling, laughing somewhere.
She would be crazy to do that, because she's saying that the reason why she can't really give her 100% is because she's still stuck on the past of how she was hurt and her ex had like a baby on her and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, did you think that the person that you were going to be paired up with wasn't going to want to hug on you, wasn't going to want to kiss you?
Yeah, it's like they all act like this is season number 1, and they didn't know what they were getting involved with.
I don't understand. It's like Karen doesn't like when he does anything that's like joking, like silly.
It's that's a part of, I think, having a good relationship, is when you can laugh and joke and smile together. And the
because
more
she
you
said, I think you're handsome, and he was like, girl, stop, being silly. And she didn't like that.
I think she didn't like it because the way he did it was still a little bit
immature and kind of like
not on the masculine side of things.
You think so?
I mean,
I don't think it was that bad. I honestly don't.
It wasn't that bad, but every little feminine thing he does, if he sits down to take a pee, then it's over.
Because she's looking for reasons.
She's looking for something.
It shouldn't work.
If he's too good of a cook, that's too girly.
They're just like, no. He can cook better than me. Oh, I need somebody more masculine.
But he definitely needs to get more control of his neck sometimes, because he's a little, it get to flopping. But but that's for her, because that's everybody's got their own what they like. She probably grew up with nothing but dudes around, and older brothers and cousins, and she probably grew up a little tomboyish, a little bit, possibly, because of what she assumes her guys should be like. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. If she had grew up around a bunch of girls, then maybe she might like the fact that he had a little bit of that femininity in him to to mesh well with her. I'm hoping that she opens up and that this is ends up being a couple that we like.
Yeah, I hope so too, because in the beginning I wanted to like them. When they paired, together, I'm like, "Oh, they look so cute together." Like I'm rooting for them.
No, it's still some hope.
I
She just
think
has to
so.
let her guard down and accept where she is. I
Yeah.
think she's just fighting because it wasn't her choice.
Yeah.
You
She had a vulnerable moment, and when she cried, I felt like that was the first time Miles saw her get vulnerable, and I think he enjoyed it, not like he wanted her to cry, but I think that kind of made him feel like they were getting a little bit closer.
I agree.
Not even a little bit has happened for you to be reminded by your past hurt. So you filled out the application
Hurt.
with, yeah, you filled out the application hurt.
Hurt.
Because nothing happened. Like, it would be different if he did something that kind of made you remember, and now this is where you are. Nothing has happened.
She was like looking at her phone to see if he texted her back.
Right. And then when he didn't, she was like, I'm finna apply for Married at
I'm gonna
First
sign the
Sight.
bottom of the page now because he don't love me no more.
For real.
Golly. The road to hell was paved by good intentions. Is what
I
they
think
said.
I've heard of that saying before. How would you relate it to this?
I would relate it to that because you don't intend to not hurt her doesn't mean that you won't not hurt her.
Even yesterday when we watched it, for real, when he said that, to me, I felt like that wasn't definite enough.
Yeah.
Because that's something somebody says, like, I'm not going to intend to hurt you. That means that when I do hurt you, I can say I didn't, those weren't my intentions.
It wasn't on purpose. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. When
I want to hear, I'm not going to do anything to hurt you.
Right.
If we don't make it work, it's because there's something that you did, not because I did something that hurt you.
Right. Because I'm in control of myself and my,
Is that how you feel?
In the way that absolutely how I feel. But yeah, so when he said that, it made me think of that. And I think, he could have been more definite to make her feel a little bit better. But he's probably going to have a more in-depth conversation.
Saying, so he probably meant that, but because it's so common to say that, he just said
right.
that.
So everybody listening, don't intend on not doing nothing. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Be in control.
Not going to do it and don't do it, because that's honestly what I thought. When he said that, in my mind, I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind, I felt like that wouldn't be strong enough for me, and then I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you don't intend to, but that means that you can make a mistake. Tell me that you're not going to even make the mistake.
Right. Promise. Pinky promise.
Right.
She'd be making me pinky promise.
Swear on your mama.
My mama. Oh, Lord.
I wouldn't go on Married at First Sight if I'm not ready to receive what my new husband is telling me as the truth, first off.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And I was thinking when she said that, it sounds nice. I was thinking of that song. Who was that? Kelly Price? Heard it all before. I don't know who's saying that song. Hey guys, I'm terrible at that, by the way.
It's Sunshine Anderson.
Okay. So yeah, and I was thinking about that song. But I also think that this is where Miles is also messing up at a little bit, because you guys have only known each other for a week and a day, or a week and 2 days now. And you're like, I'm not going nowhere. I promise I'll stay here. I promise. I promise.
True.
And you can't promise those things.
Putting too much on it.
Yeah, you're putting too much on it. You need to be more like Bennett and saying, things are cool right now, and let's see how it goes. And, right now I'm really attracted and I really like you, but I can't say that I'm never going to be here, because how can she trust his promises if his promises are coming from a place of nowhere? He'll propose to a girl on a first date, and he's going to burn out quick.
I think if he kept himself the same, but added a little bit of assurance that he knows what he's talking about, because I think also when he says those things, he sounds like he doesn't really know what he's talking about, and he's coming from a place of no experience.
No experiences. And she sees it, which is why she keeps talking about how young he is, because it's not about his age. Even when I was 26 years old, people always thought I was older because of how I thought and how I spoke. He is acting young. He is speaking like a young man. And I think that frightens her, because she doesn't want to let her guard down for somebody who is just so happenstance because I'm pretty, that
Mhm.
you're going to say that you're going to be here for the rest of your life when that's
Mhm.
not the truth, because she's always been that pretty or whatever. You may
Mhm.
have always been that pretty, but people still left, people still cheated, people still did whatever they did.
Mhm.
And so he needs to come at it from a different angle and say, you know, and really address why she was hurt. What I wanted to say also was that I think she's saying all of this because she's saying that I want you to tell me when something is wrong, because she's been in a relationship for 4 years. So she knows the ins and outs, and she doesn't want somebody who's going to hold all of these things and then blow up later on,
Yeah.
or have these issues and then go and do something, you know, wrong later on. And it was
Mhm.
because, oh, well, you aren't doing this and you aren't doing
Yeah.
this. And she's like, well, you ain't never told me about this. You never told me I wasn't. You never.
Mhm.
So she's
Mhm.
like, don't do that. Don't
Mhm.
do that. Because I've seen what that looks like when
Yeah.
somebody holds these things back.
Yeah.
Say it up front, get it out there, and let her tell you if she ain't gonna do it or not. And then that way y'all
Mhm.
can make our decision
Yeah.
on how y'all move forward.
Pastor Cal asked Miles, what is it that he needs out of a relationship? And he couldn't answer. Remember, he was like, I got to think about that. I kind of feel like that's where his lack of experience comes into play. How do you not know what you need in a relationship? I don't think those 10 relationships that he had were real relationships.
For Miles, I think he just wants to, and I think that you're right. He's very immature that way. He just wants to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
He's like, the only thing I want from you is to love me. That's it. And then everything
Right.
else is you can smack the hell out of him.
Yeah.
And well, she loves me, so
But with experience, he's going to learn that, I mean, he does have needs too, in terms of like, you know, what he wants. And if she can't continue to act like she's acting, and he be fine with it.
no, no. But that's just her wall,
Yeah.
you know, to keep, you know, to just push away.
So the next episode, I see them actually kiss. I'm super, super excited.
I'm excited about this next
Yeah, I'm
episode.
like, oh, okay, maybe something happened. Maybe that those tears that she shed kind of released a little bit, a little frustration.
Mm-hmm.
Henry walks out in the preview and says he doesn't care, and he leaves.
Well, I'm hoping that Christina is trying to push some buttons so he can talk and
I
open
know,
up.
right? No, yes, that's what needs to happen.
Have him blow up, do something.
Right,
Jesus.
right.
Just sit there and just whistle.
It wasn't the most exciting episode, honestly.
Nope. But it was definitely some backstory stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm looking forward to the next episode and
likewise.
looking forward to reviewing it as well.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Please make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. And you know, remember, just because you can't see our face don't mean we ain't keeping it real.
Right. And make sure to comment.
Right. Be good to yourselves.
Bye.
Bye.